We are addressing them by making sure that the necessary reforms, allowing for media space, allowing for democratic reforms in terms of the commissions that have been put in place, indicate the consolidation of this inclusive government, not the decline to previous situation. Sure. Yes, there is the perception sometimes that is the sentiment that is continued to be perpetuated. And it's largely to do with President Mugabe. And there's nothing we can do about it. He's part of the problem, he's part of the solution. And we have said, until such time that this transition is over, and that there is a legitimate and credible government and a credible mandate, we have to make sure that we go slowly to reassure people.
What specific measures are you taking to encourage investment in Zimbabwe right now?
Well, there's
and
so
that
many.
you're contemplating taking?
There's a one-stop shop that is going to be put in place. There's public-private partnership initiatives. We don't have the resources to put money into infrastructure.
Sure.
So private investors, we are creating opportunities in the energy sector. We are putting in the infrastructure, roads, for instance, public-private partnerships in all other activities. So there is potential for private investors to take advantage of the opportunities.
Yeah. Now, the key question, of course, to address when you're talking about putting in place a credible government that is able to attract investors is elections.
Yes.
Are those elections going to be held next year?
Well, it's not about next year. It's about a process. It's about the end of a process.
When will that process be completed?
Well, the process is already outlined in terms of the outreach, all stakeholders, the referendum, the setting up of, after the referendum, to set the date for election, what conditions will apply, ZEC, Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, peace and stability. There's no date. You can't have a plug date now. Come and ask me after the referendum. I'll be able to give you a definite
When
date.
will the referendum be?
We are hoping that this process will take us to the referendum in May or June somewhere. Because given the process of making sure that the constitution steps are taken.
Yeah. Now, one of the factors that is inhibiting investment is, of course, Zimbabwe has been stabilized by the use of multi-currencies. But at the same time, it is a risk because people are asking the question, how long will we have this arrangement?
It's as long as it takes. As long as the economy is able to produce sufficiently to back a currency of our own. And to me, it's still very far off, very far away. We don't have foreign currency risk.
True.
It's an advantage. So why should our advantage be taken as a disadvantage? We are saying here, yes, there will be a currency in the future, but it will be dependent on the progress we make in making sure that we are now back to a 10 billion economy or a 15 billion or 20 billion economy.
Is there a possibility of adopting the rand?
Well, there is discussion for a regional currency.
Right.
And I'm sure that we'll be able to dock in on that. But that does not mean that Zimbabwe will not be able to have its own currency at some stage.